everyone, my name is Steve or Hood Gaming and welcome to the first episode in my new series called Match of the Delay, sponsored by Fanatical. This is a series where 20 of your favourite Football Manager content creators will compete in a Premier League tournament to see who has the best tactical mind. Today I am joined by the Gibb Show and GYRFM to dissect today's action. Gents, welcome in. Hope you guys are all doing well.
An absolute honour to be here, Steve.
And obviously, the man who is responsible for carrying my channel for God knows how long, GYR. I'm sure this will baffle people's minds that me and G are both here at the same time. Yes, we are different people. So let me explain how this is going to work. I have assembled a cast of 20 Football Manager creators from the realms of YouTube, Twitch and TikTok, and we are going to assign them a Premier League trophy working on a 2024-2025 database. They are going to play each other in versus mode before that disappears, and we will see who is going to come out on top. But first, we need to find out who is going to be taking part in the series. Kicking off our list of competitors, we have the man taking TikTok by storm and the latest FM partner on Twitch. It's Big Robbo.
He is a West Ham fan, so maybe he can turn Premier League pain into glory. It's Breezy.
Next up, a man who loves the difficult FM challenge, but can he go from managing Liechtenstein to being a league winner in this competition? It's Dodgee Gamer.
He's the darling of FM Scout as we welcome Jake Cooper to the competition, and he will be trying out PvP for the first time.
He has released more tactics than I've had hot dinners, but can Josh Daly turn that into PvP success?
Full of energy and loves a rebuild, can Kempi's team bring the energy to the pitch and help him win the lot?
Next, we have the king of the 4-4-2 and the head of the Scouse House. It's Leemo.
When it comes to low league management or obscure countries in Europe, Llama is the master. But perhaps, is this him out of his comfort zone?
Might call him Mr. Rebuild. It's Omega Luke. Wondering if his dad will be around to help him or if Luke is going this one all alone.
Next, we add a former Streamer Showdown champion in Mckins. Can he secure another accolade here?
She is the FM Queen of the Netherlands. She took Camber to success in the Eredivisie, so anything's possible. It's Mooono streams.
A man who knows PvP very well, having run the Super League. I don't know how much time he puts into his tactics. It's MurphFM.
Boo. Creator of an outstanding attributeless skin, is Mustermann going to go attributeless in this competition?
There'll be no building of nations for second yellow card here. Is this when he steps out of RDF's World Cup shadow?
Next is Maggio, with great game and PvP knowledge when I've watched him in competitions previously.
Every night is a cold, wet night in Stoke for our next creator as Ticker enters the competition.
Already one of the biggest FM creators on the scene, is what TomFM's missing is a PvP crown to make him on top.
A big fan of the detail this guy puts into his tactics is Trequinho.
Next, we have the host of the FM Show podcast, and he has a whole stand-up routine about FM, but is TonyJameson going to have the last laugh this time?
He's got the energy, you know he's going to bring the vibes, but will that translate into points for ZimsMulaa?
So now we know who is going to be fighting out in this competition. I'm going to start off by asking you, Andrew, who do you think is your favourite for this? Bearing in mind you don't know who is managing which team right now.
I have to go for Omega Luke. He is, and I'm sorry Steve, he is the king of the rebuild, no offence. If he can get his tactic right, and without his dad being there, I think he could go all the way.
And same question to you, G.
I'm going to go with Trequinho. He's got success in PvP, his tactics are brilliant and he's very focused on that, so I just think he'll have an advantage over a lot of the other teams when it comes to figuring out a plan B or a plan C where they're needed. Yeah,
for sure. I think both good candidates to actually be a lead contender in this competition. There are a couple of people here who are trying out PvP for the first time. Do any of those feature into your dark horse picks? G, I'm going to go with you first of all for this one.
He's not new to PvP. I've gone with Murph as my dark horse. I just think similar to Trek, he's got a lot of tactic knowledge. He'll have bags of tactics. He can pull out the bag if he needs them, but he's also got that PvP experience. So I think I'm going with Murph as a who might surprise a few.
Yeah, he's definitely capable of it. So, Andrew, same question to you. Who is your dark horse for this competition?
I was going to say Murph as well, because we know he's better than you, Steve. That's been documented many times. And he's had PvP and offline success this year. But let's go. I'm going to go for Monique Mooono streams. No one knows what she can do at PvP. She's had success in the game. I think she's going to be a bit of a surprise package.
So now we know who our panelists think are the favourites. It is now over to you to let me know who you think is going to be the favourites down in that comment section. Just comment who you think is going to win this competition at this point in time. And if you do, you will be eligible to win a £10 voucher from the sponsor of this series, the wonderful guys over at Fanatical. But now we need to figure out which one of our 20 competitors is managing which teams. Guys, are you ready to see the teams for the first time?
Let's go.
Looking forward to this.
I do have to say, these teams have been randomly assigned. There has been no preferential treatment here. There has been no respins of the wheel. And this is who is managing who. Right, guys, so now you know who is managing who. Does this change any of your picks, or is there something interesting in there that you would like to talk about?
I've got to stick with Luke. Omega Luke has been given an absolute blinding pick here with Liverpool. Like, the guy knows what he's doing in PvP and offline. He's rebuilt worse teams in this. If he's not in the mix, Liverpool, I think something's gone terribly wrong. But what I will say, the one that's made me laugh next to him is TonyJameson getting Man City. The man disowned Villa when they got Stevie G as a manager. You've got petrol owners, you've got some of the best players in the world. This is not up Tony's street. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what he does with that Man City team in Haaland.
And G, anything that stands out for yourself?
Yeah, I think that kind of throws my favourite almost out the window with Trek. He's got a job on with Ipswich. So yeah, Omega Luke, I thought he'd be up there. Add in the fact he's got one of the stronger teams, he probably would go as my new favourite now with the teams on show.
Yeah, so that's a very good point. I mean, for me, the interesting ones that I would like to point out, obviously, Mustermann, if he is going attributeless with the 400 players that he has at his disposal at Chelsea, is going to be very, very interesting to me. And also Zims, because Zims has done several saves with Crystal Palace. So if I'm expecting big things from the leader of the Mulaa gang going into this one. And one more thing that I have kept a secret from our competitors at this time, the lovely guys at Fanatical are putting up a prize for whoever comes out on top of this. And obviously, early favourite now is going to be Omega Luke with that Liverpool team. The way this is going to work, guys, is we're not going to show you all of the action. We're going to bring you a condensed match of the day style highlights package with the first game week starting next Sunday, which will be the 3rd of November. And we've already asserted our fixture computer, and we have our game week 1 fixtures, which you can see right now. And for me, guys, there is one massive standout fixture in this one. It's the penultimate one on the sheet. Omega Luca's Liverpool versus TonyJameson as Manchester City in game week 1.
Imagine if Tony can go to Anfield and upset who we've said is the favourite week 1. Like, this is not Tony's wheelhouse. It's good. I'm really intrigued to see how he gets on. That's a massive start. Whoever loses is kind of playing catch up, and yeah, big bonus for if you get 3 points there. Yeah,
for me, there's so many interesting fixtures going on here, but obviously that is going to be our featured game next weekend. Omega Luke versus TonyJameson. I honestly can't wait for it. I think there's going to be some surprises in this game week once the game action kicks off. I'm looking forward to seeing what former England assistant manager TomFM can do with Southampton as well, but he's got a tough game away at Arsenal and Dodgee Gamer in game week 1 as well. Is there anyone else who you think you should be keeping an eye on now you've seen their first fixture?
I think Murph and Zims, Brighton Crystal Palace, 2 teams that, if you get the tactic right, if you get that system ticking quickly, they've got enough players. Like Evan Ferguson up front for Murph, Zims, if you can get that kind of the free at the back or wing backs going, yeah, that's a really intriguing one.
I'm excited to see the main game and just see what tactics they go with. Are they going to stick close to the likeness of the real team? So with Tony, is he going to go for a 4-3-3? Is Luke going to go for a sort of 4-2-3-1 and stick to how the teams are built up? or they're going to throw a spanner in the works and go just something completely different. But a chance for one of those teams to really set down a marker and say that they want to be the favourites going forward.
I've watched Tony on stream use some crazy formations, and maybe now he's got a team he can actually use them, like Peterborough back in the day, Sunderland and Greece, like he play murder ball now with like Haaland up front and Foden. Like, he really could do something mental, and I mean, it's crazy enough that it could just work.
Or is he going to do a Pep, and is he going to overthink it on the big occasion? Who knows? Who knows? So thank you so much for joining me for episode number 1, ladies and gents. I appreciate it so much. That was the opening episode of our Match of the Delay series. Highlights will be coming out hopefully weekly, depending on when we can get these games played, but there is going to be some absolute electric action coming up over the next couple of weeks, so make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss a single minute of it.